Mr. X coming at you with a $900 Halloween mask. Why did I buy this? Who would pay $900 and what's this all about? Let's dive in and oh yeah, we're going to put it on. You've tuned into the Extreme channel where we have extreme collectibles. This is a Halloween mask. I think it's a collectible because I don't really celebrate Halloween. I take my kids out for candy and then steal half of theirs, but I don't dress up. This year, I might. Or, as I've said in some other videos in anticipation of this, I might just wear it to work. I might wear it on the weekends when I go out. Who knows? But really excited to get this piece. This is made by Jack of the Dust. Jack of the Dust is a company that does weird skulls and silicone masks. And this is actually the fourth piece I've purchased from them. At the end of this video, you're going to see links to the 3 different skulls that I've purchased and reviewed. Really weird out of the box stuff. I love it. Their customer service is phenomenal. And they came out with these a while back and I really wanted one just because it looked so neat. But $900 for a Halloween mask that I'll probably rarely wear was a pretty tough sell, even to Mr. X. Well, on Black Friday of 2019, they said, hey, we have some damaged ones. And I honestly don't know where it's damaged after inspecting it, but they're half price. And I think it was even less than half price. So I got him, I think, for $400, plus I had $100 in reward points. No brainer, something I really want, and I can get it for $300. Done. Ordered, free shipping, fantastic customer service, like I said. And Jack of the Dust, their pieces always come extremely well packed. I actually unboxed this live. Here's a link right here. Go check it out. There's a couple pieces I unboxed live and was really excited to get it. I'm still excited to have it. Couple things it comes with. Hang on for a second. That was magic, huh? It always comes with a card. And typically inside here is a handwritten card thanking them, knowing how many pieces you've purchased. They didn't do it this time. Which, you know, I've never seen a company do that in the first place, so I'm not bashing them for not doing it this time, but it is a pretty cool feature. Maybe they were busy or they don't like me anymore. Also, every piece comes with a death certificate, and it's kind of a certificate of authenticity. Here's a close-up of it. It just talks about the guy, how it was made, how he supposedly died, has the number that they made, seal. Pretty neat. Then this one actually came with tons of directions. And if you watched that link I threw up there of where I actually unboxed this live and tried to put it on, it took me about 30 minutes to get it over my head. Actually, to get it off the stand and onto my head. For a few reasons. Number one, I may just be a moron. Number two, some of you agreed to that. Number two is it was really, really cold because it's cold where I live. So I think the temperature fluctuating the silicone really affected it, made it really tight. And the third part, it's just there's a very specific technique. Somebody pointed out during the live unboxing that they have a YouTube video on how to put it on and off. And of course, the person who puts it on and off is one of the creators, so they've done it a million times. But they literally do it in less than 5 seconds, where it took me 30 minutes. But we're going to see how it goes today. This has been inside for a few days. It's warmer down here, and I have a little bit more experience. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this on in front of you guys, and then we are going to review it while I have it on. Close-ups, lots of really cool pics, and then we'll kind of sum up the review. Okay, let's get started. And I probably should watch the YouTube video again before I do this, but that's kind of like reading directions. I do remember he grabbed it by the chin. And like I said, how easy he makes it look in the video is crazy ridiculous. Much easier this time, though. There it is. That honestly was only my second time taking it off. All right. So before I put this on, I just want a message for Mrs. X and the 3 little X's in case I do not make it through this and I suffocate. I know it's probably hard to hear me. I love you, and don't look underneath my bed. I'm kidding. Or am I? All right. Here we go. So a few things before we get started. Number one, regarding the functionality, and I hope you can understand me. First is, it's very heavy. It actually weighs this many pounds. I don't know how much because I haven't weighed it yet, but I will for you guys. Second, because it's so heavy, it kind of hurts your neck. Third, it's very tight. It's tight.
You have a tight body. Yes. I see that from your tight pants. Yes, you are tight like a tiger.
It's really tight, but that's expected. Fourth, you have a nose that you can breathe out of. There's kind of this screen mesh on top of it. Also, there's indentions for you to put your lips in to help move the mask up and down. Bop, 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 bop. See? However, with that being said, it doesn't move like it does in their videos. In their videos, it's very dexterous, if that's a word. So let's do some close-ups of this guy and see what's going on. So first, really quick, I did want to show you the stand that it comes on. It's almost a human. This isn't foam. It's something similar to foam, though. Very lightweight material. And it has some of the detail, which is kind of neat, so the mask fits directly to it. And I can tell you right now, looking at this guy has a tiny, tiny head, especially compared to me. Maybe that's why it's so tight. But looking at the mask here, let's start at the front, towards the bottom. And we're not going to look at the paint and sculpt. I'm going to show you just some close-ups and kind of tell you what I think is cool. But moving up, you see a lot of detail. And this is called the Blood and Bones mask. I don't think I ever said the name of it. It is silicone, and Blood and Bones is perfect because that's what you see. It looks like bone. It looks like blood. There's a lot of detail in the face. We'll look at some close-up pictures. This is kind of a once-over. And then one of the other things you guys don't see when I have this on, check out the back here. Not only can you see great shots of the cranium, and again, we're going to look at that closely, but he has these spikes coming out of his spine. Very, very cool. You know, a lot of people, is this a Ghost Rider mask? Well, it could be. Get a leather jacket. And sticking with the back here, I really like the colorization. So the dark reds. I've never seen human muscle, beneath the skin, but I would imagine this is exactly what it looks like. And it almost looks like there's striations and veination deep inside here. And I don't know if the pictures is picking that up, but I love the different contrast of the colors. It really looks like muscle. And these spikes that are coming out, they are silicone, so they're not hard. They're soft like rubber. But they seem pretty secure. And where the muscles are, I assume this anatomy is pretty correct, because I know they're pretty good with their skulls. And speaking of this skull, look at this. I really like how this is more of a bone piece. Not only can you see some of the color that is indicative of that, kind of a off-white, beige type color, and you'll see this on the front as well, where you don't see it in the neck as much. But you see the connections in the cranium, and I'm not a doctor or, I don't know what they call a bonologist, but someone who studies bones. I never understood why skulls have these, but I know they do, almost like they were connected together. It's probably something of how the human body is formed. But great looking job on the top of this skull, some really deep colors in here. I assume these are all hand painted. Hopefully the paint won't wear out over time. Let's look at the sides of this. So first, when you look at the sides over here, you do see a little hole. That is for your ears, and I think it's not only so you can hear, but as you see when I put this on, kind of like a football helmet, I crush my ears, so I have to kind of unfold them, and I use that hole to do it. I use that hole. But some really dark red colors up here, especially as you get near the eyes. And this, it's kind of this bone. It looks like a bone. It looks like it's deteriorating. Very cool how they did that. Both kind of where you would wear glasses at, and right below that on the jawline. Looks fantastic. And then underneath that, even some darker colors with a lot bloodier aspect. I don't know how well the camera's picking that up. Let's move to the front here. You know, one of the things, when you look at it close, when I looked at myself close in the camera, I can see my eyes, which kind of sucks. So I think this is better for a darker environment. But the nice thing about the eye holes being so big is you can see out of it. So I think you take a sacrifice one way where, hey, let's make it slimmer, but you can't see as well, but the eyes look cooler. But one nice thing is you see a lot of depth in these eyes. And really here on the front especially, you see the more white coloring, like it looks like a skull, like the bone, not necessarily the muscle. Here's his nose. I don't think you can see the vent inside there. Like it would have been nice if they did that with the eyes, but like I said, I think it would really hurt your viewing restriction. Let's take a look around the mouth. You see the teeth, where all the teeth were removed. That's pretty cool. There is a hole in the back of the mouth so you can breathe. I actually drank something out of a straw while unboxing this. Yeah, in the mouth, I don't know how well you could understand me. It doesn't move up and down as much as it does in their videos, which I have a big mouth, so I don't think it's me. Here's the other side of it. A lot of the same of what we saw on the previous side. But the other thing about this, too, it's not uniform. It's not symmetrical, which is more realistic to me, so that's pretty cool. Moving back to the bottom of the jaw here. Here you see some of the like blood splatter. This is the only criticism I'm going to have on this. They have this in a few different places where it looks like the blood is dripping. It's not needed and it's not done very well. So I think that was a miss. However, what wasn't a miss is right below the jaw. Check out the muscles and almost looks like you can see the trachea or whatever that tube is. Looks really cool. Looks very coil-like, and I like how the shininess of the paint, which is kind of all over. This is very shiny. It looks wet. It kind of feels a little wet too, but it's not. It's the silicone that makes it feel that way. But down here you see a lot of that blood I don't like. It looks fake where the rest of this looks really real. It's too dark and it's too perfect. They're trying to make it like it was running down. But some good other muscle colors on the front here. So very, very cool.
And like I said, you could do a lot of different looks with this. Yeah. But it's a pretty cool piece. And you can do like some Ghost Rider action, something like that. Who knows? But pretty badass. So, see if we can get it off on camera here. If something goes awry, call 911. Just tell Mr. X needs help.
So, very cool piece. And I think one neat thing is even the displayability is pretty neat on that stand. So What the hell happened to my hair?